Hey everybody on YouTube, I just watched Brenda do the Halloween tag and I love Halloween, so I figured since I was tagged, I'm it. So now whoever's watching this tag, you're it. Okay, the Halloween tag. There's 3 groups of 6 questions each. The first group is favorites, the next group is spooky things, and then the last group has to do with more witchy spirituality stuff. So, okay. And welcome to my little futon, by the way. Oh, and I have to give a little shout out. That's my new little plant baby. Her name is Caridad, which means charity in Spanish. I got her a couple days ago. So, yay, plant babies. Okay. I'm just so happy every time I see her little ball of sunshine. Okay, favorites. What is your favorite Halloween candy? I remember when I was a kid, I loved anything that had chocolate in it. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Twix, Kit Kats though. I would have to say Kit Kats are my favorite. At least the favorite candy that I would get in my little plastic pumpkin. Favorite Halloween movie? Hocus Pocus, because I'm a child at heart, and I loved it when I was a kid. And this movie's it was a cartoon from the 90s, I think. I think you can rent it on Amazon. I saw it last year in October. It's the Halloween tree. It's about this little boy who dies. So it's kind of heavy, but his friends go on this magical adventure with this like wizard guy that you can never really tell if he's good or bad, and they follow their friend's spirit through all sorts of different parts of the world, and basically it tells the story of the history of Halloween, or the history of these different death and ancestor festivals. Like, it starts off in ancient Egypt. It talks about the dumb suppers and things that they used to do. It goes through Mexico and the Day of the Dead. It goes to the witch burning times in medieval Europe. So the Halloween tree. I saw it years ago when I was a kid, and then I couldn't believe it when I saw that you can rent it on Amazon. Great 90s flick for all those 90s kids out there. Favorite Halloween music? The Monster Mash and that kind of stuff. I love in Hocus Pocus when the dumb blonde witch, that's what her character is. I can't remember the name of the actress, but you know who I'm talking about. When she's trying to enchant all the children to go back so that they can like suck their life force out or whatever. And she sings that song, "Come little children, na 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 na." I loved that song. I still have it stuck in my head every once in a while. My favorite past costume, all of them. Back in the 90s, probably around 1992 or 93, my sister and I had matching Catwoman. We were Catwomen costumes from Batman, One time I made my own costume. Well, my mom helped me, but I was a cow. And I thought I was being so clever. I carried around a 1-gallon milk jug, a plastic milk jug. Sorry about that. I had to delete some photos from my phone. So yeah, a cow with my little milk jug, and that's what people put my candy in that year. Creatures associated with Halloween. Black cat. My favorite Halloween tradition. Just your basic, seeing the kids and their costumes and everything, and dressing up, and I guess just giving death a space, because I guess in this civilized Christian culture, in the Christian mythos or whatever, death is a punishment from God, basically. So it's been given a bad rap, and it's been something feared instead of respected. but that at least on Halloween, that one day of the year, even in like popular culture and mainstream America, um, the darker sides or the darker aspects are given a space. Even if it's just a kid wearing a monster mask, it's still given a space. So I like that. Spooky things. My strangest or strongest fear. I think I watched way too much X-Files when I was a kid. Like, I was in elementary school watching the X-Files because my sister loved it. And so I developed this crazy fear of aliens. Even though I don't really know or believe that they exist or anything. It's just like this fear of alien abduction in the middle of the night is still with me thanks to the X-Files. Do I believe in ghosts or spirits? Absolutely. I've seen them. How do you feel about haunted houses? If we're talking about like the spook houses that you pay money to go get scared or whatever, I love them. I haven't gone to one in years, but I'm about to go to one with my friend because she's coming to visit me. We're thinking about going to Salem. Okay. Favorite spooky book? When I was a kid, I loved The Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark by Alvin Schwartz, and especially The Images by Stephen Gamble. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, More Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and then there was a third one, I can't remember, but it was a trilogy. And I could just read and reread those books. I loved them. And look up the illustrations in that book, because considering that they were supposed to be children's books, that was some creepy ass shit. Creepy images. Loved it. How does the darkness affect you? It makes me meditative. It makes me kind of connect with that darker side within myself, which is, I don't believe like the light versus the dark. I mean, everything's a little bit of everything, right? And it's just as important and just as beautiful and productive as the light. What is your perfect Halloween? My perfect Halloween would be if I had children, which someday I hope to, just like helping my kids make their costumes themselves and going trick-or-treating with them and then coming back home and then doing some more witchy rituals with them. Still keeping a light, jovial spirit, but, like maybe talking about their ancestors, talking about their great-grandparents that they're never gonna meet, at least not in this life. Talking about telling stories, lighting candles, letting them kind of indulge in the candy, but maybe having them give some of their candy on the altar as an offering for the ancestors, that kind of stuff. Okay, so this last chunk of questions has to do more with witchy spirituality stuff. Dark goddess and dark god. What are your dark god and goddesses? I'm gonna smush these two questions into one. Death. I think death has a masculine and a feminine aspect. I know in more hoodoo conjure, like southern conjure traditions, death is called daddy death, but a lot of other cultures make it a more goddess feminine aspect, like La Santísima Muerte that in Mexico they have. I think it's both, like most things. So death. Altar colors, I guess just your typical Halloween colors: black, orange, purple. My altar is going to have a sugar skull on it, and I'm going to give death an offering of a cigar and a bottle of whiskey. Black animal spirit guide, black cat. Your tarot oracle or crystal for this year, or for this time of the year. I guess amethyst and maybe smoky quartz. The costume that would express who or what I'd like to be in the coming year. A witch. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do any costuming. I've never celebrated Halloween, like worn a costume and gone to a party as an adult. Because I've always been in grad school. And I usually have like a paper to write or something. But I, if I had time or if I was invited to a Halloween costume adult party, I would definitely be a witch, because I am one. I'm still in the closet with everybody except for my husband and you guys on YouTube. Um, but yeah, I would love to be a witch. So, well, I am one, but I'd love to be one for Halloween. So, we'll see. But I'm really excited because my best friend in the whole world, we've been friends since we were 15, so that's over 12 years. She's coming to visit me, and we're gonna go to Salem. So, I definitely want to buy something in Salem. I'm thinking like a little cast iron cauldron that I can burn incense in. Because what witch would be complete without a cauldron? So, anyway, I'm really excited. I'm gonna have to come out of the broom closet with her because she's gonna see my crystals. She's gonna see my altar upstairs that obviously is an altar. So I'm gonna make a separate video about that. Anyway, this is the Halloween tag. Tag, you're it. I'll make sure to type out the questions below so you can pass it along because Halloween is awesome. Okay, bye.